Hey guys, so I hope you had enjoyed the previous lecture. We basically tested whether this pillow is working on our system or not, and it was working. So that was fine. So we can close this now. So I'll let this be if you would like to see it more or test it. And now we actually start with the real programming where we are going to work. So this will be collect.py. You can create any file name, that doesn't matters. Let's turn this full screen because we don't need that anymore, and let's start working at here. So let me give you a general idea on what's going to happen. First of all, we are definitely going to import whatever is necessary. Okay, whatever is necessary. And the second of all, what's going to happen is we are going to read how many files are there in each folder. And third, we are going to make our pillow open, or basically even the pillow should be able to read each file. And then we are going to iterate over each file so that a collection can be basically built. And then finally we are going to save this iteration in one file. Now every time it would iterate, then it will create a new file, and at that moment we'll have to save that new file, and this will have to be saved to our result directory. So that's what the plan is. So let's get started on doing it. So first of all, we need to import, and we just need to import one thing at right here, that is import below. And what more we need is, okay, so not exactly import. So from below we need to import a module, and what do we need? So you guessed it right, it was the image one. We used it previously in this here also. We can see here we imported this image module. So now we have this image, and now what next we need to do is we need to specify or read how many files are there. So we are going to specify the total number of samples in each of these, let's call this a special directory, in each of these special directories. So there are a lot of them, so we need to specify this file name. So let's give this number. So let's start with number of background, and okay, number of background. So let's see how many background are there. Then there are 8. So you need to repeat this process every time. And number of bottom, I think rest all of them are just 6, but definitely we'll have to 6 or 7. So this will be number of bottom, and this is actually 6. And again we will see how many number of center are there. So that's 7. Okay, so this is 7. And now we need to see how many number of corner are there. That would be again 6. And now we'll have to see number of middle left, number of, let's call this ml, middle left, then that's also 6. I believe number of middle right will also be 6. Let's check this out. So yeah, that's 6 as well. And number of top left now. So it would have been easier if we had created a limited number of this special directory, then we could move with the code faster. But the more the changes, the more the unique or such unique sort of item, or more number of items to be exactly, are created. So number of top right is equals to 6 again, and that would be all, I think. So we have background, we have bottom, we have center, we have the corner portion, middle left, middle right, top left, and top right. So we have the number of items now as well. For the second portion is done. So we have number of items in the file or in the special directory. Now the pillow or this image should be able to read those files. Now in order to read those files, we cannot just say one by one for all of these files to be read. So what we are going to do is basically we are going to iterate. So we are going to now generate a collection and we are going to iterate over this. So what we need is a nested loop. So nested loop would be a loop inside a loop. We'll be using our for command of Python. So the inner loop will be iterated inner loop will be iterated one time for each iteration of our outer loop. So let's iterate over each sample for every element in this feature directory. So what we need to do for this purpose is we need a for command, and let's actually start with simple alphabet for a in range. And now this range shall start from 1, and now what we need to do is we need to specify this number of background. Okay, number of background, and we need to do +1 here because this range will actually now, so this a will actually be started from 0, and now since it is starting from 1, this will not include this final item because once this Python programming language is designed in such a way that this not exactly 8 but it will actually result in 7, so we will have to do 7 plus 1 to actually reach the 8, but you can understand it in a simple way. So this is how we reach all of those 8 items. And now inside of this we'll again be doing for b in range and go from 1 to number of, now this time this is number of bottom +1. I guessed it right. Now we'll be doing for c in range, start from 1, and this will be number of center +1. Now again for d in range, start from 1, and this will be number of corner +1. Now again for e in range, start from 1, and this will be number of middle left +1. Now again for f in range 1 comma, and this will be okay number of, and this will be middle right +1. Again there are some more for g in range, start from 1, this will be number of, now we are in I guess top left, okay +1. Now this might be the last one for ads in range 1 comma number of top right +1. So that's done. So we have actually just iterated over all of these items. So you can see this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So we have iterated over all of these items, so 5 to 8. So here we are. Now what we need to do here is actually be able to open the image, and what I think will be better done is actually save all of those items in the background. So what I mean by that is this actually open all of those images. So background, and let's do image dot open, and you can see here it actually gives us simple code. So how you can open it, so it will be better if I explain it to you. So this is simply let me write it in a comment. So background is, we are trying to open this, and this up to here is similar to what we did in previous. Here we try to reach that file and open the file. Basically that's it, what it is. And we enter the location of the file, and that is not exactly busy, but this is background, and we should go in background. Then inside of this we are going to busy. Then there is the file name, so busy from 1, busy 2, busy 3. So I named the file in this way so that we can open the file easily, and thus we are in string a plus in this way dot png, because that's the file name at our last, and this is how we have reached our file. So this we have opened background bg not png. Now in the similar way we need to open all of other files as well. So we have opened background. Now let's actually open bottom. Bottom is equals to image dot open, and this is I think right this time. So bottom, in case you don't know why I am getting the code in that way, so this is because my copilot is activated, and that's why. So that doesn't matter to you right now, you can write this code. So this is our folder name of bottom, that works, and this is the bottom. So we'll have to write this normally in this way. If it wasn't for image.open option, then we would have to write the file name in bottom slash bottom1.png, and this one is the reason why we are looping over all of those file name. So here for this system, the looping should be in b. So this b is actually left out, and this is closed here, and doing on something like string of b. Then this converts the loop of what we are having looping over this bottom for every time. So this converts that, saves it in the file name, and finally at the end we log in .png. So it's working in that easy way. So let's work on the next one similarly. Now we want center, and center for this we want image.open center c.png. Now for next we want is corner image.open corner center d.png. Okay, d is for corner, that's working fine. Now we need middle left. Now middle left, and I don't think middle left is okay, so middle left is actually named in this way, fine. So middle left plus e, and e is for middle left, that's actually great. And now we are in need of middle right. So here is middle right in the similar fashion, and now we want top left. So let's verify whether top left is in the right way. So top left, yeah, so top left is also done perfectly. We want now top right. So here is top right as well. So here we have already been able to successfully read or let the pillow package open all of our file. Now is the most important portion. We'll need to save all of this file in a background or inside one of these. So I'm thinking of actually opening all of this file and now saving inside this background. By opening, it doesn't mean I need to see all of those images or open, but what we need to do is be able to paste. So let me show you one way how we can do that, and that is basically search this docs. Let me show you the paste option. Okay, I think it will be better if I show you below image paste. So here is the paste syntax. So paste is you can paste the image above another in this way. Now I already know how to work on this, so let me show it to you. So what you need to do is I'm actually planning to save above the background. So let's do that. So background, and let's try pasting over this. And what we need to do is select every image that we need in order to paste over that specific item. So that the first one we need is bottom. So we are selecting bottom, and since this is roughly the same dimension, so every image is actually the same dimension, we know that. So that's why this is the location of where that should be saved. And lastly, we need to write the bottom once again. And now let's close this file. I think we gave it one extra bracket. Okay, so let me help you understand that. So for the paste option, this will take your, okay, it's the similar way. For the paste option, it will take your image file name, and then it will take your location, and then it will again require one of those file names sort of in order to paste. So here it will be in that way. Now in the next we need to paste our center, and again next we need to paste corner. So do the same for bottom, center, corner, and next we need to do is paste our middle left portion. Again what we need to do is paste our middle right portion. Again what we need to do is paste our top left portion. Similarly again we need to paste our top right portion, and that would be all. So we are pasting all of these items, and lastly what we need to do is just save this item in our folder that we need. So background.save, let me show you the syntax for save. I hope this is some easy to understand. Okay, so this is actually easy to understand. So save, and you need to just give it where the file location needs to be saved, and basically, and there is this format of how the file name should be kept, and that would be all. So as you can see, fp is the file name or the path, and there is this format of how the file name should be written. So we would be needing only these two. So let's actually do that. So what we need is first of all our location. So our location is inside result. Okay, that's right, result, and this opened it in the right way. Okay, I don't think we want that way. Let's do it result, and let's call it simply ball, and then we can give this further file names. Let's actually give this all those string a b c d up to z and h, and that would be all we would be needing. So we have given it location, and we have given it things needed to save, and at last we have given it .png format as well. So that would be all. So let me help you understand this, how this would be saved and what would be the file name sort of here. So say we have got, let's actually do it capital B, or you can write this soccer ball, that would be fun. Okay, let's see, we have a soccer ball, and let's see the file name. What we can guess is, let's see, 1 2 1 2 1 1. Here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, and again let's write 4 this time, 8.png. So this would mean that my first image, or a, that is background, that would be bg1, which would actually be this color of this pinkish color. And let's close this now. And similarly this string of b would mean next to bottom one, which will be this second, this bottom two, which would be this white bottom, and this what, and again for string 3 will be the center 3, and will be for string D. Again, we have A for 1 and B for 2, and again C for again 1 and again D for 2. So D will be our center. So if D is, you need to see here, so D is a corner file, so D of second will be used, so corners 2 file will be used, and E will be again 1, so E of first will be again middle left, first will be used. So in this way, you can see the file name will be created and will be saved. Once this is created and saved, I'll be showing you once again. So I think this is created perfectly. Now we can save this. Let's save this. And so we have saved, we'll be needing to save this in this result folder, so that will be already done through here. I hope it works. Let's see. Let's try to run it. So this might take quite a strong processing from your CPU for a short time only, however. So I think this is being created. Let's check over our folder. So you can see this is actually being created at the time we are talking. So there are a lot of files inside this. Once it's all created, we'll be opening it. Okay, so it's gradually being created. You can see it's still in process of being creating, and there are some interesting figures there. Okay, that's interesting. We created a lot of files, and this looks interesting as well. This looks more like a flower than the balls. Okay, now if I had to search, so since this is created, so this video is actually completed. Now in the next video, I'll maybe perhaps explain it to you how many items are created, and that would help you understand the depth of this programming. And that would be all for this video. I'll see you on the next one now.